Well, if you're just joining us, folks, just to finish out the previous race, the Formula 2 F2 division, this is Balofay winning against Short Visit, with Liquid Gecko coming through as well. Just some teaser liveries here for the inaugural round of our second tier racing. We're going to see Liquid Gecko. It looks like Senior Dude, Scabby and Ender Turetsky have just completed their race, but we've got just some closing stages of the previous race to come before I join the real lobby. I thought I'd give a little sneak preview here. Looks like Salamander is coming through in P9 there to take the checker flag as well. There comes Liquid Gecko. We've seen him in the top tier reserving division earlier on. Here is Biggerwood with Arkisaline behind. Biggerwood coming out of the final corner in the beautiful Skynet Racing colour scheme. Looks fantastic actually on this car with a larger amount of surface area to cover. Biggerwood crosses the line. Arkisaline in 5th place. We've got Senior Dude coming through in 6th, already finished. Scavvy in 7th. Ender Turetsky. And let's have a quick look then at the results before I dive into the proper top tier lobby. Well, there we have the results for the top 8. Ender Turetsky was the one I hadn't quite finished reading. Fastest lap to the winner, Palofay, on a 1:34.564. Salamander in 9th, Wilson in 10th, and Vic Suhet in 11th. Okay, that's it from that lobby. We'll go into the proper, I keep saying proper and I shouldn't, should I? The official top tier of racing that we are waiting to get underway and see in a few moments. And I'll start comms properly for that any second. Welcome, race fans, then to the Super VoRmula Racing Round 5 of our championship, as we will ride perhaps on board with Vader to start with. My name is Webbo, as you've probably gathered already, and we are here to enjoy the PSVR2 exclusive sim racing championship for the Super Formula cars that we are nicknaming Super VoRmula cars for the VR inclusion. Good evening to Sandra and to Judith. Sandra, please, Judith, please give some more details as to who exactly you're cheering for. And if you haven't commented yet, please do so in the live chat. I'll do my level best to greet you and to make sure that you are included and your comments are included in today's stream. We are here for the Kyoto Driving Park Yamigawa circuit configuration, a tight and twisty circuit with some fantastic different radii of corners, as well as a couple of decent size straights as well for the drivers to get underway. We're just underway for qualifying, very short qualifying session, just 10 minutes, followed by a 1 hour race for you, roughly, but it will be to a lap count, and we'll find out exactly how many laps that is shortly. Hunter's Hut is here cheering on Cabbage Corp as always, looking for a good run, or hoping for a good run at least, from Woe Grizzle. And Woe Grizzle got himself onto 2nd place last week, behind 90 Trez but ahead of Arya. Vader's done an installation lap only, and has managed to fit his new tyres, gone into for new tyres straight away. Soft tyres though for Tequila Monkey right from the outset. And let's join him on board then, as I think we're onto a flyer here at the moment, and we'll try and keep an eye. You can see mashing that overtake button on the right of the screen in the bottom corner. Biggerwood is here for Skynet, and I know Biggerwood was just in the 2nd division team that we just saw the last few moments of at the start of the stream here. So good to have you join for the top tier race as well. Round the hairpin at the southwest of the circuit. I'm afraid I don't know the circuit corner or turn numbers and names here at Kyoto, so I'll be referring to them. This is the final wide open hairpin then, as we look to try and get a decent exit, sort of made a V shape out of a very rounded edge corner. as we head past the penalty marker boards there. We'll talk about that a little bit later, but a 1:15.026 is a new record for us and straight up there. But it looks like we've got Berregos, who's managed to go faster on a 1:14.448 by half a second. Now, Berregos showed incredibly well at the start of the Dragon Trail race last time we were out with Super VoRmula Racing, but unfortunately the main race pace was not quite with him. Arya has gone fastest of all on a 1:14.258 and straight back to the pits again. Let's join Tequila Monkey, who leads our championship, I believe, and I'll talk about that in just a moment's time as well. But we'll join Tequila Monkey on board. Unfortunately, I'm not getting any game sound out of Tequila Monkey, unfortunately. Or we are, and it's incredibly quiet for me at the moment. For some reason, the game has decided to give me closed captions from within the game, so it's just dulling the engine sounds at the moment. Hopefully that will die down soon as we build up the speed. I'm just waiting to see if I'm actually getting... I've seen a number of people leaving the lobby, so I don't know if people are... There we go, back to sound. And it's Tequila Monkey then coming around to take his next lap, to start his next fast lap, and onto that overtake button. Tequila Monkey with a 1:19.7 at the moment. In third place, we have Arya, Berregos, Tequila Monkey, Mario, 90 Trez and Lebrevelit, the current standings at the moment. And it's Sandra who's cheering on Arya at the moment. No update from Judith yet. So here for the Azul team at the moment, at least Sandra. I gotcha, I understood. As Kim is here for Tequila Monkey. We have a lot of partners in the live chat today, which is great to see. So thank you for joining us and for cheering your partners on. Arya, Berregos, Tequila Monkey, with now Mario in that fourth position. First race was won by Vader from Tequila Monkey and Arya. The second one was reversed to the top two. Tequila Monkey beating Vader and 90 Trez, who has then been on a bit of a tear. 90 Trez winning the last two races for his team. The third race, Tequila Monkey was second and QT was third, and Grizzle and Arya were second and third for the team in Croatia. I'm going to do my level best here to try and join a driver chat so that you can get some team radio from the drivers. It looks like some of the lower division drivers have also joined in the voice chat and are still there, perhaps engineering. So hopefully you'll have to let me know if you can hear. Hopefully you'll be able to hear our drivers chatting away, and we'll join another driver then who is currently circulating. We have QT right now. So QT in fourth position. Ruth is here for Vader as well. So Ruth, so you can hear just a little bit of team chatter there. I'll try and pause when I hear them talking so you can hear exactly what they say. But Berregos in that first position leads Arya from Tequila Monkey with QT hot on the heels. Problems there, it sounds like, for QT. I'm into the Tamiya Racing Factory team that we ride on board with QT at the moment, and he runs through the S's. You can just hear the drivers talking. We've got soft tyres on board for Tequila Monkey, or for QT, who goes straight back into the pits, fits new tyres, and lots left to do then. So you'll have to let me know if that's working for you or not, because I'm not hearing much from...
What's happening around us because scared outside. My daughter just walked up. I was trying to explain. fuzzy now. Go.
It's a little hard to follow exactly what the drivers are saying, and my app is deciding to die on me, so I can't seem to exit. Sorry about this, folks. There we go. So that's going to happen. Okay. Revelit is on. We've got just over 2 minutes to go. Revelit on track and now running. No, straight back into the pits. Everyone's doing this today. So let's join Solshock. Now, Solshock has actually been tremendous for us here in the league recently, and he's been helping out no end, and has been very, very useful here for the running of the league. So we are very grateful to Solshock for his help. Solshock then just coming through and hoping to try and move forward. We have got a new team as well who have bought out the old franchise of a departing team, and it's great that we have a change of team name already. That will now be the Buccini team from Italy. We are very well represented here. Vader has the pole position out there from representing Spain, from Aya, from Tequila Monkey, and that is the top three. A Solshock comes out of the final corner, hoping to make this one count here as we head on to start a lap with Solshock. But at the moment, it is Vader and Aya in the pits. Vader's put on hard tyres, so I don't think Vader's coming out. Is he? Let's check out Vader. What's his game? He is coming out on hard tyres. He's just going to get a feel for them and try and stay out of everybody's way, I feel. But Tequila Monkey then, perhaps the one most likely to trouble that front row. His teammate Aya on top right now as he goes through the switchback corners towards the end of the lap. It's getting very, very tight and difficult for the drivers to navigate these tricky corners. But hopefully powering out then of the final corner we go, mashing the overtake button, and I think starting his final lap with just 20 seconds left to go on the qualifying clock. Round we go then. Long open radius corner before heading into a fiendishly difficult to perfect S's section. Almost full throttle all the way through there. Hug the barrier and drift the car neatly into the corner. Maintain your momentum as much as possible. Over the exit curbs we go, as Beragos in fourth position was straight on the pace today. Oh wow, it's really tight. I'm expecting to see some fireworks down at the south side of the circuit there. They've got a huge tailwind, slight tail and crosswind down into the south side of the circuit as we head into the penultimate hairpin. We may end up with a big set of accidents going into this sequence of corners over the exit, and I think that is going to be an invalidation. It absolutely is. Beragos is going slowly. QT2, 90 Trez and Solshock. Is there anybody left pushing hard? It looks like that is qualifying done. That was Revelit up to 10th position with a personal best time right at the death. He'll be pleased with that one. Jose Diaz comes back to join us. We have Enigma at the bottom of the standings, but it looks like it is Vader on top, and that is your qualifying. Vader, Arya, Tequila Monkey, Beragos, QT, 90 Trez, Solshock, and Mario making out your top 8. A 112.8, 1.1 seconds Vader has over the rest of the field. Vicinity, Revelit, were Grizzle, Jose Diaz, Enigma, and Zad Soda at the tail of the field. Very unusual to see for him. We'll be on our way for you very shortly, and I'm trying to organise the chat here so that you can potentially hear the Tamiya Racing Factory in the background. But I will do my very best for you to try and get you this one. We will try and hear some information from them, and then we'll have a 31 lap race. We're being asked if soft tyres are mandatory from Vader. I believe just the mediums are the mandatory tyre now. Since the update, the handling model has changed a little bit on these cars. If you're watching with us live, thank you for joining us. I'm super happy to have you here. We're going to have a few minutes. That is Ad Soldat trying to come in. He can't quite get in, but we're going to have a couple minutes just to a break here. But if you are just joining us, welcome. Say hello if you can. and we will do our best to entertain you for the next 31 laps. Qualifying is done in the order that you can see on screen. Good qualifying for the Azul Racing team. And it looks like, because QT is looking after all of the situation here. Well, Grizzle and Jose Diaz about to shake and bake through the field. Shake and bake, baby, shake and bake. So we love a bit of Ricky Bobby here on the channel. So that'll be great to see if they do manage to shake and bake it. And looking forward to this one then. Let's talk about the championship as things stand. I'm just going to get hold of my standings. I'm a little bit out of sorts today with trying this team radio again. It's still not quite working for me, I don't think. So we have Azul Racing Team on 119 points, with Tamiya Racing Factory on 103 in second place. Just jumping ahead, actually, of Darkside Racing, who have dropped down on 94 points to third place. We have Cabbage Corp on fourth place with 79 points, with Skynet on 36. The Bacchini team, well, the Team Salford still have 29. I think we'll be changing out to Bacchini. Whether they keep the points of the franchise or start again, I'm not quite sure. We'll have to wait for confirmation on that. With Vortex at the bottom of the standings at the moment on 25 points. In the Driver Championship, 90 Trez leads by a single solitary point from Tequila Monkey. He has 67, Tequila Monkey 66, and Vader, despite his incredible start of season form, he is in third place on 59. We have Aya on 53. We have a race about to start, so I should stop talking in a moment. Let's just get the screen organized as well. We want all that, and we want none of that. Okay. No, okay. We're changing the settings. Great. We're going to have to rebuild, I think, that... so, yes, we're going to have to rebuild because we had the soft accidentally, and we'll have to rebuild the grid. That gives me time then to talk about Aya in fourth on 53 points. We're Grizzle on 48. QT has moved up to sixth place in the championships with 36, 1 point ahead of Revelit. Then we have Jose Diaz on 25, Vicinity on 24, Zad Soldat on 23, Mario on 15, Soulshock 14, Enigma on 8, and Beragos, newcomer to the league, on 6. Because the qualifying was so good, unfortunately, the race not so much in Croatia. But we've gone to the other side of the world in Japan for the Kyoto Driving Park Yamagawa circuit here for round 5 of the Super VoRmula Championship. We are ready to go, I've been told. So the race will start any moment. I think they're just warming up here. And it's Jose Diaz from... there we've got a nice close-up. We'll have a good look, hopefully, at the new Bacchini team livery. But it looks like an unchanged livery here for Team Cabbage Corp. They're not going to continually change their livery for this one. But we have had a change because we had something of a tribal pattern over the engine cover earlier on. Welcome everyone that's joining us. Do say hello and do tell me who you're here to support. Hunter's Hut is here, AJ's here and cheering on Vader. So Vader's got Ruth and AJ in the chat, and then Robert's here for Vader as well. So Vader, a very popular driver. Now, does Vader know that you're all here watching? Because it's quite possible that added pressure will affect him a little bit, despite the fact that he is, of course, the imperious Lord Vader. He will be ready to go in a second. There is a closer look at the Azul Racing Team colours, and then we're talking about Vader as well. Here he is in the Darkside Racing colours. Now, for me, I feel that car has too much white on it for a Darkside Racing Team, but discuss in the chat for me. Here he is, car number 27, a historic racing number, not just famous for Nico Hülkenberg, but also, of course, for Gilles Villeneuve and some of the famous Ferraris of the past. One interesting little note I've discovered in the warm-up was that Beragos is rocking what I think to be a vintage Mika Häkkinen helmet, and that is a lot of class. So he's going to get points, style points from me. If you're a faithful watcher and a faithful fan of the series, do tot up all my style points throughout the year. I can't say that I'm very good at doing it myself, but I'd love to know who is the most stylish of the drivers at the end of the season. But I do try to keep that. Here then is the Team Vortex livery, and that has been updated this season, but unchanged from Croatia. And we're about to get underway for you, of course. 90 Tres there in the beautiful Tamiya Racing Factory colours, just as Nintendo greets us and says hello. What a livery that one is, as he's getting a little bit muscular there with the Cabbage Corp car, and I think that disappeared off to the side quite close there. We've got Enigma. Here is the Bacchini colour scheme then. You've got a Italian tricolore, and you've also got an Orlan sponsor. I'm not sure, you know, that they're carrying the required Webbo Comms livery that you can find in GT7. Just search for Webbo in the decals, and I might come up with some fancy competition for some of the best videos shared out with my stickers on them, except from my channel, of course. Nintendo is cheering on 90 and QT, and we're going to get underway for you very, very soon, as the driver just getting acclimated to the track surface, as the turbo-powered Super Formula cars are ready to go. We have Vader on the front row. I'm apologising straight away for the for the message across the screen. Vader on the front row with Aya alongside. Teammate to Aya is in third, Tequila Monkey. If the Azul Racing team can get organised, they can really muscle out Vader here. The 5 lights are on, the revs are built, and it's time to drop the clutch and go, go, go. Some good movement right from the back of the grid at the moment, but it's Vader immediately off with a striking lead into the wide open first corner. It's side by side for third position, Tequila Monkey versus QT, who's going all the way around the outside, and there's a little bit of squabbling happening further back. Look at these amazing vehicles riding across the grass, going mowing. That's Revelit for the Dark Side Racing team, and it is frantic out there. If this is frantic from my view, can you imagine what it's like in a VR headset? It's Vader heading round the wide corner on the far east of the circuit into the start of the second sector, and right straight away it's Aya chasing down, but stealing a little bit too much there of the apex and losing some momentum. That's going to help Vader get away, but it's so easy to make a minor little mistake in these incredibly active cars on track, and nothing is guaranteed, as we have got some incredible traffic heading down into the hairpin here, into hairpin number 1 at least, and it's absolutely anybody's guess who's going to make it out of the chicane. This is treacherous down here in the switchback, and there they are, all out on the grass, rubbing the walls. That was one of the Cabbage Corp cars. It's definitely Revelit, and it's the second of the it's 90 Tres in the TRF, who's down into 10th position. Absolutely shocking start for him. Beragos is right up into 5th though, with QT in that 4th position, chasing down and trying to stay on terms with the podium, but QT on the hard tyres. Racing mediums, the mandatory tyre for Tequila Monkey, Aya and Vader. So it should be an interesting one here for QT, who is the lead driver on the option strategy. As Robert says, Death Chicane down there. That's a very good name for it. We did just have a race with a Death Chicane, but it's definitely the one here at this circuit. I mean, it's not exactly comfortable down into this one either. They go then, Beragos just hanging on at the moment, just trying to generate the temperature in the hard tyres and continue through there. Then we have Soulshock's car coming through as a little look at the inside potentially from Beragos on QT. Can he make it through? That's the fastest sector of the whole race so far from Beragos. He looks like he'll have a good exit out of the corner. The penultimate chicane here, as into the final corner they go. Beragos doing his level best then to power out of the corner. He's using the overtake button. He's quite game for a go here, as he sweeps underneath the rear wing of the TRF car down the inside. We're going to try, but it is tighter down there than the ideal line through the corner, and he just gives up a little bit of momentum as they run through, sparking through the undulations of this fantastic Kyoto Driving Park Yamagawa circuit. At the top, though, it's Vader still, now 1.2 seconds ahead of Aya, 2 seconds clear of Tequila Monkey, and then a decent chunk, and an additional 3 seconds clear out to the first of the hard tyre runners of QT, chased by Beragos and Solshock, and both drivers are going faster now as they trade fastest sectors and try to steal a march here and try and get themselves moving forward through the race and hang on to that potential podium position. Hard tyres on the car. Now, normally you don't see the drivers trying those hard tyres. It's not the easiest of race tyre, but something has happened in the recent update that has brought that hard tyre more into play. Solshock has had a bad sector there, but at the moment we've got Beragos fighting QT. Very, very close, closely fought here. Just half a second separates the top two. Those yellow chevrons are where the drivers go fully off throttle for the penalty time. There's a move down the inside, beautiful overtake from Beragos. I think a little bit of overtake push to pass helped that move along, and through he goes. QT not tempted to use too much in the way of boost to chase him down, and perhaps just trying to live to fight later on in the race. You can really stretch the track limits here at the circuit. This is the car 22 of Zad Soda in the all-new Bacchini Racing Team colours, running out. Let's see, we've got some tight racing here between Jose Diaz, who's had a lack of seat time as far as I know, and Revelit for Darkside Racing chasing down the Team Cabbage Corp rider. We have in 93 completely on his own in 10th position, so clearly some issues for 93 with Mario and Vicinity. Where is Woe Grizzle? He has had some issues and is on, I think, new hard tyres, or at least has been struggling. Enigma, talk about the struggle. The struggle is real for Enigma as he's dropping down to about 2 sectors of the racetrack behind these leaders, led by Vader, a 1.7 second lead at the moment. But remember, the strategy situation should bring those hard runners from 4th onwards into play later on, if they can actually stay in touch. Aya is racing with a brand new wheel. He's gone from a G29 to a G Pro, and Pigna is cheering on Skynet as well. It's great to have you with us, Pigna, and everybody else who's joining us. If you do know any intel from the drivers, let me know. Any updates, you can tell me how much practice time they've spent in the intervening periods between Dragon Trail and this race today. Races 4 and 5 of the championship. This is Tequila Monkey then, 4.6 seconds off the lead, has certainly allowed Aya to distance him. Oh, nice drift over the corner from Tequila Monkey. And we have Beragos and QT in amongst it as well. Has allowed certainly Beragos to pass him and gap him out to 2.2 seconds as the gaps have really opened up along the racetrack at the moment. The closest battle at the moment, Revelit, and that is Jose Diaz, who has already now just passed Revelit. Okay, so that was a little run over the dirt and dust for Jose Diaz, just losing a tenth or two over the corner as Peter is cheering on Aya as well. Around the corners we go. Do let me know as well if I have misgendered anybody. I'm looking potentially at Aya is not the clearest of gendered names, so let me know if I have misgendered anybody. But Vicinity in 11th place, we have Mario in 12th, and Woke Grizzle. Down there in 13th place at the moment, still on those hard tyres from the start of the race, as is Enigma in the new Puccini colours. Let's have a closer look, shall we, at the Puccini colour scheme, sponsored by Hawkstone. They've got a Gucci on the car as well, and I can't quite make out. Does it say Burn on the front wings? Ah, there we go. We have got a Webbo sticker on the car, so we are in legality. But Enigma is about to let go and have to give up the racetrack position here to Vader and Arya, who are coming through to put a lap on after just 6 laps. So clearly Enigma has been having some difficulties out there today already, but try their level best to rescue the race. The Puccini colour scheme glinting in the sun as he then eases off the throttle, and through goes Vader and Arya, and these two are battling hard. And it's actually Arya has managed to catch a little bit recently. Remember, medium tyres here for Arya and for Vader and Tequila Monkey as well. It's interesting to see the Azul Racing Team on the same strategy. Haven't decided to hedge their bets. They're convinced a medium to hard or possibly medium soft run, 1 or 2 stops. We are not entirely clear. Since the update, it has made things a little bit more questionable for our drivers when it comes to choosing those strategies. So we shall see what happens. But Arya in 2nd place, Tequila Monkey in 3rd place. Then we have Beragos in the bushes, apparently, according to the cameraman. There we go. In 4th place. He is 11.5 seconds away from the lead, but 2.4 seconds clear of QT, who he has managed to clear earlier on. So has done a great job, Beragos. QT, and then Soulshock, who is now a moderator admin for the championship, has put in a great deal of work. And the chrome finish on the rear of the Skynet Racing Team colour scheme, absolutely gorgeous. We just need a race number, I feel, on that nose. It's quite plain looking. I'm ever a critic of liveries, but I do love to see how much effort the guys put into it. Here then is another battle. We've got Revelit versus Jose Diaz, round 2, because Jose Diaz did manage to overcome Revelit, but we have a yellow flag on the circuit. We have somebody off somewhere, but it's cleared very quickly, so it's obviously a very temporary one. There's the green flag, so drivers can run through unafraid of what's to come up the track, and everyone is moving at racing speed. Here we go, on board with the closest to the VR screen. I saw some great footage actually earlier in the week in the driver chat room of what the driver is actually seeing out of the VR headset, and it is fantastic stuff. I wish I could do the same thing for the spectator's point of view. Here we go, Revelit. This is to put a lap on the TRF car. Through we go. Did Vicinity have damage, I'm being asked? I'll have a look in a second for you. And there is the really harsh braking zone of the South Chicane. Let's call it that, shall we? That is QT. So Vicinity, any damage on the car? Well, I don't see any right now for Vicinity. So I think he's probably safe. Just been off circuit a little bit, but he's got "Don't Panic" written on the halo. Possibly a callback to Hitchhiker's Guide from the Galaxy. We shall find out, I'm sure, in the comments section later on. But Vicinity then here in the orange-nosed Skynet Racing Team colours. And we have QT coming into the pits early on, off the hard tyres. QT deciding that's quite early to go off those tyres. It could be that he's decided he's not enjoying them. No, it's front wing damage actually on the car. So switching the tyres out, but it was front wing damage being repaired at the pit stop. Very little fuel going in, if any. Now onto the medium racing tyres for QT. So that advantage he had at the start of the race is wiped out, quite frankly, with some front wing issues for him. We're still close at the front. We're still close between Vader and Arya. And Vader, there's no reason here for Vader to play it cool and manage the gap. We don't have a safety car in operation in Super Formula. Some people would question the sense of having a safety car in sim racing, but hey, whatever adds to the sense of immersion is all the better, as far as I'm concerned, as long as it doesn't get too silly. And I've certainly had plenty of races on the F1 game where it's been very much too silly. Here comes Arya then for Azul Racing Team, trying to stay on terms here with Vader and put up a challenge later on in the race. Looks like Zad Soda, looks like Revelit also in the pits right now off the medium tyre, and I'm not surprised. Looking at Arya's tyres, that front right tyre is the one that is most limited around this circuit. Look at all those long left-handers that are affecting those tyres most significantly, as Vader manages that tight hairpin on the southeast of the circuit. We run through then pretty treacherous chicane before heading into the final corner. Will this be the end of lap 11 that the medium tyre cries enough and heads into the pits? It will be. No, actually I thought Vader went in, but Arya's gone in first, so a potential undercut. 1.7 seconds was the gap between the two leaders as they head into the pits then for their pit stop, at least one pit stop anyway. Beragos is coming through now. He's on the racing hard tyres and will overtake both Tequila Monkey and, I would say, will overtake Arya, but has not, in fact, has caught up to Arya, only 3 seconds behind, and you can just see Arya in the distance heading through on new tyres. We've got Arya here on the hard tyres, possibly hoping to one-stop this one. And then the drivers may have elected to put a little bit of fuel in at the pit stop. They shouldn't need fuel, but they may need to lift and coast at various points in the race, just to make sure that they end the race outside of the low fuel mode and slow engine mode, because it can be quite embarrassing if you've done that and run out of fuel, have failed to make both best use of the fuel and also best use of the push to pass boost as well. Beragos catching Arya, or no, there's a car in between actually to put a lap on, so that's certainly going to be interesting as we get up close to the beautiful and striking colour scheme here of Beragos. Vader has now pitted, so Arya comes through. Now will Vader emerge in front? He will. What will the gap be once they've caught? Well, that is a net gain of probably 0.6 of a second for Arya, and we'll be able to now start smelling the fuel coming out of the back of Vader's car, the unburnt fuel anyway, and the exhaust fumes, and has caught and may be able to pick up a small tow on the two main straights that we have heading into this circuit. And we go, and the gap down to 0.9 of a second now for Arya, and that is a fastest sector for Arya as well, despite being on the hard tyres. You've got to be slow in and fast out of the death chicane down there, and so often the drivers are fast in, slow out, as it were, around the tight hairpin, waiting for the hard tyres to grip in. Don't get out on the marbles as well. That's pretty difficult for the drivers to deal with. See just the amount of activity on the suspension travel, how you're staring at the apex through those hairpin corners. But it looks like Vader has been using some boost just to get away here from Arya, who has actually ended up using more push to pass boost through the course of the race than Vader has himself. Round we go then to start lap 14. It is Beragos in that third position, having just put a lap on the Bocchini car, with Tequila Monkey coming around the same corner just a few seconds later, just 3 seconds later, and 11.5 away from the lead of the race. 93 is down in 5th place, but has regained positions nicely so far. 93, as I say, been on a 2-race winning streak, but 24.5 seconds away from the lead. That does seem like it's going to be coming to an end here, unless something dramatic happens for Vader, who we haven't seen on the top step of the podium since round 1, would you believe? So well overdue. Some champagne is Vader. Again, we haven't seen him on the podium since round 2 either. So Vader started in imperious form in the shakedown in the 00 race in this playlist and the 01 race, but from that point onwards has been on something of a slight decline. This is Ad Soldat then for Pacini in 7th place, quickly being passed by brother I think, no, being overtaken by, being lapped potentially. No, that is QT coming through. So this is a battle between the Dutch brothers here, who founded the league, the F1 Brontest League to start with, that became this SVR. And these guys certainly race hard with one another. That was a big swap round for Zad Sold at that time, and tucked up underneath the rear wing goes QT. He's forced to the outside for the following corner. Used the boost though, and just puts so much trust in the car on the inside, not understeering, and manages to get through. So that's QT up to 7th. Zad Sold it deposed to 8th position, with Jose Diaz in 9th. We have Vicinity in 10th, only 1.8 seconds away from 9th position. And then we have a close battle for 11th as well. Grizzle up from his starting position and into 11th. We have Mario in 12th. Revelit, slightly poor race for him at the moment, at least on the medium tyres here. To see, I think he'll be medium softing this race by the look of things. Potentially Enigma at the tail of the field, 1 minute 33 down here, but Vader still holds on to the lead by 2.4 seconds. So it is certainly getting very close for the end of our race, but at the moment at the front, the gap just opening up a little bit. This is Mario in the Vortex car, chasing down Woe Grizzle in the very popular Cabbage Corp car. Through the final chicane we go, and into the final hairpin, 50R hairpin, and Mario may be able to get a bit of a slipstream. He certainly is getting something out of that as he manages to get ever closer to Grizzle's Cabbage Corp car. Here he is in car 11, Grizzle, racing for Canada. They've actually taken the Visit Mexico sponsorship off the back of the rear wing, certainly on Grizzle's car. I'll check it out from Jose Diaz once this race is done between the two of them. Here they come down into the death chicane, and the inside line stolen there from Mario. Nice overtake from Mario there. Let's see that again, shall we? Here we go, round, diving down the inside, steals that inside line, and pretty much that is where Grizzle invited to make his own arrangements to the next run. Great overtake from Mario there, decisively done, and through we go. He's got plenty of fuel, don't worry about that glitch message on the screen. And let's just see any other battles that we've got moving forward. This is Revelit, there's a couple cars in front of him, and then back with Vader at the front of the field in the TIE Fighter helmet colour scheme. Gap closing up at the front again, down to under 2 seconds between Vader and Aya. And it's a matter of who has kept the fuel, who has kept the boost for the end of the race. It does look slightly in the favour of Vader, which I invite everyone to try and say in quick succession. It looks like Beragos, he's got himself into 3rd place, which is great, but honestly, some distance away here from the lead of the race at the moment. 15.2 seconds in the Vortex car from Tequila Monkey in the 4th position. And this is Tequila Monkey right with Beragos for what is, I think, our closest battle on the grid. 1/4 of a second separating these two only. Over the crest we go. The The track really does dip down like a roller coaster to this death chicane. You can see why the drivers struggle to match their lines time after time through here. Tequila Monkey, who has been on the podium 3 times, 2 second places and 1 win. The win came in round 2 of the championship, but tonight looks to be very much belonging to Vader at this stage. It's not unheard of, though, for Vader to make a mistake towards the end of the race when the fatigue really starts to set in. Depending on where people are in the world, it can get very, very hot, but that was a lovely overtake from Tequila Monkey, and we'll just have another look at that one as we head down. Just going to check whether any boost was used. It wasn't heading down into, it was more of a mistake perhaps. The door was open by the Vortex car and through nice and clear there from Beragos, who will continue to fight, it seems, and fight hard for that place back. Right down the outside of the turn at the northwest of the circuit, into the second sector now, downhill towards the chicane. Only the bravest make a move into there, as we saw earlier on. We do have some great liveries out there. I'd love to hear what you guys watching think is the best livery so far that you've seen on screen anyway, as Tequila Monkey in the Azul Racing Team colours, which is blue with kind of a fluorescent green accent, sponsored by True Force, as opposed to the red, white and blue of Tamiya Racing Factory. 1.5 seconds for Arya here, car 14. That's Arya in second place behind Vader. Still very much keeping the pressure on Vader, and that is the surest route to forcing an error. Beragos is in the pits, needs a new set of tyres, needs a new set of medium tyres, and out he comes. And that's 90 Tres, our recent double winner, up into 4th position then. But those hard tyres not looking great for another 11 laps. So I think that we heading into the pits will 90 Tres, and down in the order again. QT in the other Tamiya car in P6. And moving on through. And over the top we go once again. Good in the sunshine in here in Kyoto. Jose Diaz, I'm interested to see if he's kept the Visit Mexico. He has kept the Visit Mexico rear wing, so it's a difference in nationality of the drivers that he's put on the back there. He's on fairly new hard tyres and should be in a good place, but he's 53 seconds away from the lead of the race. He has got Solshock right with him though. Solshock in the chrome and orange Skynet scheme. Head down, get a nice close-up look at the skulls and Terminator motifs on the Skynet car. Cyberdyne Systems Skynet that we have here, and he's using a little bit of boost as well, just to stay with Jose Diaz. So you don't get that back. It's not a regen system. It is use it or lose it, but once you've used it, you've lost it. Situation with the boost in 8th position. Zad Solder is on the same straightaway here as Jose Diaz and Solshocks, but 6 seconds away from them, with Mario right with him, kicking up the dust into our face. Thank you, Mario. Let's stay with Solshock and Jose Diaz though. That is the fastest first sector for Solshock. Down we go. Pouncing to the inside, but you can run that faster line around the outside of turn 6. Around we go into the chicane. It's all about the exit and climb back up the hill out of the chicane. The next corner to the right is flat out in these Super Formula cars. Yoka-san says, let's go, Assel. They're having a good one. Assel on P2 and P3. More chicane to go on this 21st lap. 10 laps to go in our race. and these top flight drivers really putting on a great performance here. Very few mistakes certainly have been caught on stream anyway today, and the sun glinting beautifully, but the sun is almost too bright for these gloss colour schemes to actually make them out. You have to get these sideways shots. Yokosan says, Arya is killing. How in the world are us all dominating the podium like this? Hey, they're pretty good. Arya has scored 2 podiums, 2 third places already, going for their best result. And again, we go down the inside with the Skynet car, and again the Cabbage Corp of Jose Diaz manages to hold on. Oh, are we going to get a little bit testy now? We certainly are. That was much better though. That was an accidental contact, I think, from Solshock, and I believe he braked heavily. Let's watch this one down the inside, very late. That pushes out onto the grass, and you can see there Solshock just feathering the throttle to make sure that that the car can come back to us, and the gaps remain. So that was very very sporting of Solshock to maintain that. QT's in the pits for, I'm sure, his final pit stop. QT off the medium tyres. Solshock here. What's the lead at the front like? I'll have a look at that in just a second. Yes, thank you for the reminder, Biggerwood. We'll have a look. It's close. Good call. So we've got Vader versus Arya under a second now, and I know that Arya is certainly generating some comments here at the moment, so it's great. Let's join him on board, shall we, and see. That was a personal best lap as well, building the speed then in this stint. We've got 1/4 of our boost remaining. We have 1/4 a tank of fuel remaining, and we have enough hard tyres, I believe, to get us to the end. So this is about just pushing to the very end of the race, piling the pressure on the Dark Lord of the Sith ahead. And this is like riding in a TIE fighter as we follow, as AJ is cheering on Vader, not to be put out by, not to be outdone by the fans of the Azul Racing team. Darkside Racing have their fans too. AJ cheering on Vader here. Who do you think is going to score this win? This is great from Arya, actually. This is really, really good, because Vader has been dominant throughout this race, throughout this event, and certainly for several portions of our championship. Yeah, that's going to be on me, isn't it? That one's going to be on me. I just said how great they were doing. Here we go, piling on the pressure, firing out of the penultimate chicane, and it's the death chicane, isn't it, that just undid Arya. Beautiful 360, no, 720 almost had to be around the corner, and that's really unfortunate for Arya, but hopefully Arya can hold on. In fact, has come in for new tyres. He's come in to change the front wing. Unfortunately, that is front wing damage for Arya as well, just trying to recover the car. These super formulas, try not to judge harshly, but these super formulas are incredibly hard to pick back up again once they've been off circuit. In fact, Arya is going to struggle here to hold on to a podium, because Beragos is right with him, but Arya has put on soft tyres for the remaining 6 laps of the race. So Arya, visor down, red mist descending and going for it here. Eyes forward, eyes only for potential podium for Arya. So the soft tyres will certainly help with that, and will be pushing incredibly hard to a finish. Tequila Monkey's gap 22.5, just as it looked like Vader was going to be under intense pressure. Unfortunately, Arya just overcooking it through the very chicane that Arya is exiting right now, and through down towards the 35R. Tight hairpin we go. That was really, really unfortunate for both Arya and for all the neutrals in the fan base here. The only ones celebrating, I think, will be the Vader supporters and the Dark Side Racing Massive. I guess technically anybody affiliated with the Dark Side, but Arya is in P3, Beragos in P4, and chasing got a blue flag on the car. I think that was ahead of Arya there. 90 Trez is in 5th, and AJ rather happy about that. Obviously not celebrating Arya's demise, but pleased for Vader. 90 Trez is in 5th, putting in a personal best lap as well, and has certainly in the last 3 races has gone 3rd, 1st, 1st. So 5th place will feel like a slight disappointment, I think, for 90 Trez, and will close up the battle at the head of our championship. QT, 90 Trez's teammate, is in 6th place. QT, the owner of the league as well. AJ says I'm also pro-Canada. So you're conflicted, I see. Okay. There's plenty of Canadians to cheer on here as well. Jose Diaz in 7th. Big gap for Jose Diaz back to Sud Soldat, who is fighting with Woke Grizzle, Jose Diaz's teammate. This is the new Bacchini team, representing for the first time, and relatively competitive in the midfield here with Zad Soldat. It's difficult to launch a new team from scratch and get acclimated, get everything sorted, get all your engineers firing well. But so far, 8th place will be a good position, I think, for a brand new team to start their campaign. Here comes Woke Grizzle, though, on hard tyres that are fading fast, and faster and worse condition than Zad Soldat's in front. So if Woke Grizzle has to do is going to do this, he's got to do it sort of fighting from below, as it were. Plenty of sponsors on the car as well. Appreciate that, Blake Cutter, and good to have you with us as well. Who are you here to cheer on? If you are new to Super VoRmula, we have a second tier list of drivers as well, and reserves as an option. But Woke Grizzle in 9th place. We've got a pit stop for Soulshock down into 11th, and this is the closest battle on the grid at the moment. I feel like there's one cooking there at the south side of the circuit as well that I want to cut to, but it could just be a lapping situation. Oh, beautiful, over the dirt, stretching the limits of the track is Woke Grizzle as usual, and pushing hard, but trying to close in that gap. Let's just check out who that is in front. That was just QT passing a lapped car. So we'll go back to the Woke Grizzle Zad Soldat battle here. Team Cabbage Corp versus the Bacchini team. Okay, fantastic. We've just got a few laps to go now in our race, and I'll run you through the order in a second. But we have Vicinity down in 12th, Revelit and Enigma at the tail of the field. Still leading, though, is Vader, now by 21.4 seconds. He's got some lap cars to get through, and Tequila Monkey has a decent gap, 8 seconds over teammate Arya, who featured and pushed for the win here, but couldn't quite hang on to this absolute beast of a car. They are harder to drive than Formula 1 cars, these Super Formulas. They are lower aero, higher mechanical grip, but when that mechanical grip lets go, boy, does it let go on the rear of these cars. So it is a real job on the PSVR2 system to try and hang on to them when they start to slip away from you. Arya is in 3rd place then, and has managed to gap Beragos nicely. So Beragos probably not going to feature on the podium today as things stand. 90 Trez in 5th place in the Tamiya Racing Factory. If you are new to us as well, these are all new team franchises for the league, custom liveries for everybody. There is Jose Diaz for the Cabbage Corp team, glinting in the sun down the start-finish straight to finish his lap 28. Start lap 29 with 3 to go. Blue flag flies for Zad Soldat. Faster cars coming through, I think. Well, Grizzle has dropped down the order. I don't know if I'm going to be in time to see him, see what happened to Woke Grizzle with the replay, but he was already stuck behind there, so no, unfortunately we cut away, and his battle has faded slightly from Zad Soldat. He's got Mario in front of him now, and it's the hard tyres, it's that front right that's letting go over and over. As Pigner says, well, Grizzle's front right is done, this is going to be interesting. Well, there you go, great comment, and you were way ahead of me. So the turning left is definitely going to be a problem on this clockwise. Have I got that right? It's anti-clockwise. Come on, Webbo, sort your life out. It's Shell Shock in 11th down there, and it's just the two cars in front. This is Zad Solda chasing Jose Diaz. Now, Zad Solda is about to lap, I think, Revelit, it looks like. So it's not as close as it looks here for Zad Solda, but a nice moment there where we've got 4 cars passing the pit lane. Final lap for Zad Solda because he has been lapped. So that is now the final lap beginning for Vader. He's 20.6 seconds in the lead. This one is back to Vader of old. Pigner says, what's the point structure? I'll have to get back to you on that one. I can't cut away and consult the rules, and I haven't, I'm afraid, memorized it. Everybody gets points, I do know that. That finishes the race, and it is then divided accordingly. It's quite generous as well. It's higher than FIA grade. This is the Super Formula though, so we have our own custom point structure to encourage drivers to finish the race as well, even if they're outside of the top 10. It encourages drivers to complete the race and for everything to finish nicely. But Vader is setting fastest times here at the end of the race using the overtake button. His hard tyres are looking good. He's going to go for an outside to inside move. Oh, a lovely drift to finish as well. Vader completes a brilliant victory at Kyoto Driving Park and back on the top step after a long wait for him. It's round 5 goes way of Vader. He last won in round 1, so it's certainly by his high standards a long wait. But here comes Tequila Monkey for 2nd position for the Azul Racing team. Great points for Azul, and great to see Tequila Monkey consistently appearing on the podium as well. Little drift to finish as well there. And here comes Aya. I suspect Aya is going to be a little disappointed, but a podium is a podium. Beragos out of the final corner as well. There he goes to cross the line. Someone being a bit silly coming out of the final corner. 93 is about to finish the race as well into 5th place. Teammate QT is coming out as well. I'm not quite sure who it was being silly coming out of the final corner and missing, but QT pretty happy, I think, with 6th. Job number 1, I think, for QT is beat Zad Solda every single race, no doubt. Beating his brother. Jose Diaz is going to come through for 7th. We've got Mario in 8th, Zad Solda in 9th. We're Grizzle, Soul Shock, Vicinity, Revelit, Enigma yet to finish, but I think just coming to cross the line, Enigma just making a bit of a meal of it. But Vader is your winner. If you've enjoyed the race today, I'll be back online again in just under 1 hour's time on this channel, so please hit the sub button. I really appreciate every like that we get on the videos. It is fantastic, but I'm really pleased to see that everybody stayed. We'll give you the final provisional standings and results prior to any steward inquiries later on that are completed by my twin brother. Pole position, clean race, victory, everything for Vader tonight. Brilliant stuff. Let me just save the race, and we shall have a look at the official timing results. 39-minute 40 race for Vader, and he completes a brilliant race. The only thing he left on the table was the fastest lap that went by way of Mario. It's Tequila Monkey in 2nd, Aya in 3rd for a really good and celebrated podium. Then comes Beragos, building some great race pace after Croatia and showing that he's definitely going to be one to watch in this championship. 93 will be disappointed, I have to say, with 5th place, but it's good points for his championship haul. QT's in 6th, Jose Diaz in 7th, and Mario in 8th position with the fastest lap. We also have Zad Solda, were Grizzle, Soul Shock, Vicinity, Revelit, and Enigma completing the race. We had 14 starters, 14 finishers. This has been Super Formula Racing Round 5. Tune in, subscribe to tune in for the next race, Round 6, and it is great to have everybody with us. Thank you for liking the video on your way out. My name's Webbo, and I will catch you on the next race day.